Well, good morning, everybody. We're coming to you live from the 2025 Handgun World Shoot in South Africa. And what a day this is for us. We have been working on this for a long time, and we are very proud as a team to bring to you live streaming this World Shoot. We're going to be covering the pre-match, which is obviously starting today. We're going to try and do a couple of 3 hours a day, and then obviously next week is the main match, and we're going to bring you even more coverage of that. I want to make a very important point here. This is all about you guys. This is about the friends, the family, the fans, the people that support us, the people that watch our videos. And it's about educating the world on the sport of practical pistol shooting. It's no one person that's behind this. It's a group of us. It's all of you. It's all of you. And I really want to thank you all for supporting us, helping us to get this going, etc. A couple of the most important people to thank. Obviously, on the USPSA side, this has been awesome. We really appreciate the help we've had from Rick, from Alan, from Jake, from the organization, Laurie, our assistant back in the US. Without them, we couldn't be doing this. IPSC has been hugely helpful. Vitaly and I talked a while back, a couple of years ago, about doing this, and he has been on board since then. And I'm super proud to be part of that organization and to be part of the whole shooting sports, to be able to bring you this and bring it out to our fans, our friends and family. On the IPSC side, obviously Vitaly, Bellino, who's here at the range, has been instrumental in helping us put all this together. And I've got some really exciting things for you from Bellino coming as well, from Dina, from all of his staff, all the ROs. Without these ROs, we couldn't do this, and I'm truly appreciative of everybody that's helped out with doing this. My own team, the production team that are here behind the scenes, they never get enough credit. From Joe to Trey, Max. Many of you know Max. Max is our photographer. He's been to many of the matches with us. The other photographer is Trevor, and we got a couple of other people that are going to be helping us along the lines. On the production assistant side, I've got Sarah, and then back in the US, Emily and Carolina that are helping us too. So where do we go from here? For the next week, we're going to be covering the pre-match. As I said, we've got a camera. We're out there right now. You guys can be able to see, are going to be able to see the stages. And the really exciting news is that we're actually going to be able to bring you for the first time ever scoring as it's happening. This is something that Bellino and IPSC have been working on, and they've given us access to that, and we're going to be able to bring you that. So we'll actually be able to get scores as they're happening on the stages and so forth. More about that later on. The team that I've got here from USPSA side, Troy McManus, who's actually standing right here behind us, and Danny Elstead is also helping out. We've got some subject matter experts, so it's not just going to be me talking. We've got a whole bunch of people that have offered to help out. JJ Ricardo is going to be here. Christian Saylor's going to be here. Aaron Edens going to help us. Bill Drummond, who's got where the next IPSC Nationals is going to be held, is going to be talking to us. And then on the international side, we've got Eric Rafael, Robin Sabot, and some of the others. The Brazilian tents right next to us here, and the Filipino tents right next to them. We're going to be bringing some of them in. It's just going to be a true international broadcast. And we're super happy to have you guys with us here in the sunny South Africa. On the video side, we're obviously still putting this together, so we're asking you to be super patient with us. We have some technical difficulties. We're out the middle of nowhere out here, and obviously we've had to bring everything in. I think we've got something in the region of 40 or 50 cases. I actually lost count eventually of equipment that we brought over from the US. So it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. We're obviously have got the pre-match to be able to figure these things out, and as we get more towards the opening ceremonies and the main match, we'll be much better off at that. On the timing side, we started today roughly at 10 o'clock, and for this week, we're going to be starting at 10 on the East Coast. The main match, we're going to be starting a little bit earlier, probably around 9 o'clock in the morning local time, which obviously would be midnight on the West Coast, and would be 3 a.m. on the East Coast. So you guys will be able to dial in on that. I think we're going to cross over to some video now and so forth on the stages, and then we'll talk about some of the stages that you guys are watching out there.
PCC mini rifle world shoot training session, practice, basically a map, and it's been a great experience for everybody. It's been pretty challenging. I don't think anybody's clean for the day, but yeah, it's great practice, great session for everybody to get it done, put together. Prepared for the US match going to, the US team going to Czech Republic. We'll be out there in May, taking a delegation of about 92 shooters and a bunch of support staff, and really looking forward to it. Can't wait to be out there.
Hi everyone, we're here at the practice match for the 2025 PCC World Shoot. We're here, it's been a really great match so far. It's really shown us, I think, what we really need to work on, mostly distance shots and swingers. I am using new equipment and I will be attending the World Shoot on the overall team, so there's a lot that I need to improve on personally, both with my shooting game and also my physical game, but this was a really great match to really show us exactly what we need to do in order to come home with some medals.
Hi, I'm Ashlyn. I'm from Florida, and I came to Arizona to have some fun. So far, I wouldn't say I'm doing the greatest. I've had 7 mics, but I mean, it's a learning experience. It's a train up for World Shoot, so that's how I'm going to take it. It's been exciting and fun getting to shoot with some of the best competitors in the United States and the world, honestly. And just taking it as a learning experience, you know, learning from Justine and Max, just having a good time.
Hi, my name is Alex Iglesias. I am shooting at the world. I'm shooting for the World Shoot Super Team Squad. Very happy to be eligible to do that this year. Just right now, just practicing like crazy. It's coming up sooner than later, and looking forward to it.
I'm here at Wickenburg today shooting the PCSL practice match, getting ready for the PCC World Shoot. I'm on the ladies PCC team, so I'm looking forward to it.
Hey guys, how's it going? My name's AJ Anthony. I'm a pro shooter with Terran Tactical Innovations. We're out here at Wickenburg shooting a IPSC PCC mini rifle world shoot practice match. We're here this evening on Sunday, and we're going to show up again Monday morning to shoot the same match. We can try different stuff. We have the opportunity to kind of really test stuff that you wouldn't get to normally, especially because it's full stages at a practice match. I'm shooting 22 LR. I'm shooting a JP upper with a Terran lower. I'm really excited. It's a really cool collaboration. 22 is a lot of fun too. This is my first time shooting a lot of 22, and it's fun. The ammo's cheap, and it's fun to practice. So I'm looking forward to going to Czech and seeing what we can do.
All right, guys, so you can see one of the challenges we're having is that we spread out on this range, and we have our production truck that are close that we could get to easily, and then our roaming camera. They're shooting down in Area 1 right now, so I'm going to talk a little bit about Area 1, but it's a little bit of a struggle to get down there because of the connectability. We always knew this was going to be an issue. This was going to be one of the challenges, but we'll work our way through. So anytime you see us jump to some footage that we pre-recorded, that's because we're working through the technical side of how to connect those cameras. So right now they're shooting down in Area 1. We're going to try and get a camera up there. He was down there, but his comms doesn't work as far as that, so we're getting to him. But I'll talk a little bit about Stage 1. So those of you who know IPSC, let's talk how these stages, right? So there's always 6 stages per day. Stage 6. Each of the areas is in a 3-2-1 format. That means you have one long course, generally around 32 rounds. Then you have 2 medium courses, generally around 24 rounds. Plates, 2 IPSC metal plates. Total rounds is 12. They're starting with feet touching the mark. And I'm jumping back and forth between my notes and the monitor that I'm watching. I'm not actually down on that stage. We don't have the ability to go all the way down to the bottom. Over the next couple of days, it'll get a lot easier because we'll be filming stages that are actually in our area as well as the area next to us. We can cover about 12 stages. Say again? All right, so he's down to stage 13. Okay, that's it's going to be area 3, so let's jump. There we go. This particular stage. Now, one of the we can come into the stages with cameras and so forth. We're still working through how we can do that, but the stage you look at right now, that is another short course. You'll see a lot of short courses, obviously. Total of that's stage 13 has 6 IPSC targets, 12 rounds to be scored, handgun ready position, signal, engage the targets. IPSC doesn't like to give you a lot of detail in the W. Number 1, number 2, they can run them fast because at this particular match they have roughly 1,800 shooters, so roughly 500-600 in the pre-match. They got to get through quickly. I think the time is roughly 2 minutes per stage. Okay, looking at stage 14. There's 12 IPSC targets on the stage. So this is a medium course, 24 rounds. 1 foot things about larger level 4, level 5 competitions that they put props in. So in this particular case, that looked like a leopard floating past there. Leopard or couldn't see, was that a leopard or a cheetah? It's too quick on my monitor. So you got a target on the right hand side, a couple of targets there. Got a target on the left, another one on the right, and then up to the front. Now obviously there's nobody shooting this stage right now. That's the reason we're allowed to come onto the stage with the camera, but they will limit us later on to only from the back part of the stages. We have some camera positions we're going to play with over the course of the next 2 weeks, but obviously we weren't able to get into a lot of these stages until basically yesterday, and they were running the pre-match, which is when they were shooting all the staff through yesterday. So like I've said a couple of times in this broadcast, you've got to kind of roll with it. The technical side has been definitely a challenge, but we'll get through it. We'll get better as we are able to get more data and so forth in. His stage looks like, I was there yesterday. So obviously when he's moving from stage to stage, we drop over to a secondary camera, and he's heading over to stage 15. So stage 15 has an interesting start to it. I'll read the whole description real fast. So it's 4 IPSC targets, 2 IPSC poppers, 1 IPSC metal plate. Total of 11 rounds, so obviously a short course. Doesn't always have to be 12 rounds, could be 11 or 10. I've actually seen 7 or 8 short courses as well, 7 or 8 round short courses. Laying flat on the marks on the table. All magazines laying flat on table on the other mark. So you can see there's the T. Most of you guys, over the course of the next 2 weeks, we're going to have a lot of the match. 2 weekend and 2 strong hand. So this would be the 1 weekend stage. I haven't seen all the stages because as a competitor, I'm not able to go onto the stages, obviously. My crew can go down there, but I'm not able to do that. So we very one-handed shot. I think somebody told me 25, 30-yard shot. While we're waiting for them to switch over to the next stage, he's headed over to stage 16. I mentioned this earlier in the broadcast. We're going to try and start streaming every morning for the next week at 10 a.m. South African time, which is roughly 1 a.m. in Pacific and 4 a.m. in Eastern. Back in the States, we have Rick Brotzel. He's going to be burning the midnight oil, and Laurie assisting with us back there on the administrative side. So I want to just make a point. Thank you, Rick, for staying up at night to help us. He is having the broadcast over in the States. All right, so stage 16 is 15 IPSC targets, 2 IPSC poppers. So obviously, as you can do math, that's a 32-round stage. This would be a long course. You shoot 1 long course a day. So these ones count. This is now, not that the short courses don't count, but obviously 32 rounds, a lot of shooting. You're going to start with 1 foot touching the mark. You'll see you had a zigzag pattern, you were going forwards. We'll have a look at this in more detail when people start shooting stage. If you haven't realized by now, we don't have a lot of people on the match. It's kind of like the early stages. I think they're only shooting 3 areas in which we can't get to 2 of the 3, but we will be doing more as we go along in the stream. He's evident to stage 17 right now. That is a short course again, 5 IPSC targets, 1 IPSC popper, and 1 IPSC metal plate. Total rounds of 12. IPSC actually created a 3D, not 3D, kind of like an overview pan, which we're going to show you, and we actually have drone shots as well that we were allowed to shoot finally yesterday, and that we're going to show you as we get into the production. We'll show you some of those shots with the drones and so forth. We're not allowed to fly the drone during the match, over the match conditions, because for obvious reasons they're concerned about it affecting the competitors. Okay, we're heading over stage 18. 18 is a medium course, 11 IPSC targets and 1 IPSC popper. You start standing, basically as demonstrated, so they always have an RO that will give you the position. Sometimes you'll see they'll actually have a photograph, but in this case the RO is demonstrated, and it can be anywhere in the shooting area. At the start signal, you engage the targets with P1 activating a moving target. When we get the 3D or the overview scan types up and running to you guys, we have production people going to be working on that later today. Then we'll obviously be able to show you a much cooler graphic of the of each of the stages. That's the area. You can see there's a few people around. These are not full squads. It's all good. You've got a lot of people that are shooting this for the first time from the United States. We have 61 new people that have never traveled outside the country with a firearm, and for me that's a personal, real privilege to be able to be a part of them being able to go to their first world shoot. But obviously pre-match, the stages are not all full. They're not shooting a few of the areas, and there's sometimes smaller squads as well. Have some now that's in between, as you can see, stage 13 on the left. It's got they've got I think 6 stages in that area, 7, maybe 8 stages actually, 4 on the left, 4 on the right. They just paved that for this world shoot. When I was out here last year, it wasn't like that. I don't think I'd remember it being. That keeps the dust down, which is obviously important for a lot of people. For those of you wondering, the weather conditions are warm to a little bit warmer than warm. It's definitely going to be something we're going to keep an eye on. So far, no rain, but this is a location that can get rain at the drop of a hat. So that might still add some spice to the match. Over the next few days, I'm going to show you some scoring systems that IPSC has provided for us. It's super exciting. I was given access to it on a test basis previously, and today, this morning, for the first time, we got live access. And once we get that brought into our production, which we're going to do once we finish this stream for this morning, we'll work on that this afternoon, and we'll show you some scores and show you how we actually can get to some interesting things. There's a whole bunch of development work that's being done around that as well. And obviously that's looks like stage 19. Stage 19 is it's a long course. Stage 19 is a long course. 15 IPSC targets, 1 IPSC popper, 1 IPSC metal plate, total of 32 rounds, starting with your heels touching mark, and that single engage targets. I actually was looking at this stage yesterday, and you can't see very much because you're kind of behind a wall. So a lot of these stages they're not really hidden, but you can't see the target. So you get your 3-minute walkthrough. I think we're doing 3-minute walkthroughs, if I remember correctly. Most stages, that's not a problem. The short and the medium courses are pretty quick, but obviously on the long courses, that is. And some of these long courses, you can't actually see the whole stage. You can look at it through a sort of a gap in the wall, but they've got it cordoned off, and IPSC is very strict about people coming on stage until you are actually in that particular squad that is shooting that stage. So we're back again. We're going to be taking these short breaks as we work on various things, work on technical things, work on improving our streams. This is obviously being brought to you by GT3 Sports, which is our production company that has it. But I want to emphasize, this is about everybody. We're doing this for everybody, both US as well as international. I'm tremendously proud of the fact that this is an international sport. Obviously, we get spoiled in the United States because we have a lot of resources, we have a lot of matches, phenomenal capabilities out there. But at the same time, you know, one of my goals is to be able to bring everybody together, bring more people out to the US to come shoot with us. We've been able to do that the last couple of years at the Cardinal match here a few weeks ago, which was a tremendous match. Those guys did a great job putting that on. Corey during the next 10 days, 12 days, whatever. So going back to the thing, this is international competition, right? We've got people from all over the world, and obviously my goal is to show as much as we can of everything. We're in the pre-match right now. We don't have anybody from the US shooting this morning. We actually have people starting in